know just one day, it's special, yeah. But there is something in your eyes. One false move and you'll be gone.
I'm a PhD.
Maybe it's alright. I can't tell if
All the PhDs in the house.
I'm a PhD.
All the doggy moms. Get your wine. Get your Xanax. Get some tissue. Cause you gon' to need it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Woof woof. Shout out to Big Shirley.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hog, duck.
One love to all the ladies in the danger zone.
Danger zone.
But tonight we're going to talk about the ladies that are in no man's land. Shout out to the leftovers. I didn't make up the name. I didn't make up the name leftover women.
I rebuke.
So rebuke it all you want to. I didn't make it. I know. I know it burns.
It burns.
It burns. I know. It stings. I didn't do it. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Big Shirley got here early. She rolled herself down front to get herself a seat. Put them ankles up. Put them cankles up. Big Shirley got here early. She said,
Whatever, I'll do what I want.
I know Big Shirley. She got a PhD. Tell her what she want to hear.
The PhD.
Like, you know, if you have a PhD.
I'm a PhD.
Tell them what they want to hear, Shirley. Tell Shirley what they want to hear. Tell them what she wants to hear. I thought you said if I bought this book. I thought you said if I got this course. I thought you said somebody would like me. I thought you said at 36 I could just decide to get a high value man. What? This ain't working the way you told me it was gonna work. I want a refund, son. You said if I didn't forget my hat, you said I could have it all. You lied to me. I'm so mad. But the people who lied to me, they gone. They got their millions and they out. Boom. And who's sitting behind her waited? Hey! Hands up. In the back. Paws up.
I know.
Put up the dog
I
paws.
just met you, but you love. Oh, girl,
She's got a PhD.
I'm a PhD.
Where all the canines at?
But you just keep on talking. I see your dog needs walking.
Hey, dogs in the house.
I know, yeah, that's true.
Dogs in the house. I'm a PhD. She's a PhD. Don't forget about the cat moms.
Keep on talking to me.
And don't forget about the kitten heels, bitch. Oh, hey, King Ike in the house.
I am the king and will not be.
Ooh, you got these people ticked. I didn't do it. I promise I didn't do it. I didn't mean to do it. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault.
Kiss my ring, chick.
It ain't my fault.
Right here's for all the fellas out there. Taking care of business.
It ain't my fault.
To provide for their lady, provide for their family.
It ain't my fault.
The fellas gonna need a little bit more than a big piece of chicken. If you got a good man and you want for nothing, and you want to keep that man, you need to learn how to check that attitude. You need to show some appreciation. You need to show some respect. Let's keep this party going. Girl, you need to bow down. All my fellas, tell your lady. Bow to me, kneel for me. Kiss the ring. Bow to me, kneel for me. Pay homage to the king in your life. Woo! Security, I give that. Devotion and honesty, I show that. Passion and love, you feel that?
We are back.
Girl, you need to show some respect. Obedience and loyalty, I need that.
I didn't do it. You can't prove it. Welcome back. I'm a PhD.
Yes. I cannot say what's
Shout out to the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there.
It's not hard to fool me.
One love to the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies out there. How we doing tonight?
No need to say.
Are we good? In the hood?
Now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge of it all.
4, 3.
So tell your good
Hello, good live.
'Cause I'll buy no matter what.
Hey, city and gender in the chat room.
Before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell your good night. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Ooh, so set the ball now. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem, no. 'Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow
I hate him.
the edge of it all.
But he do be on some of that old
So
smoke.
tell your
Oh, I can't stand him.
'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll buy no matter
He
what.
always coming in looking good, smelling good, carrying on. Who you think he is? Joe.
Before the moment
He ain't no rock.
flies.
Just be wearing them old dusty Tom Ford suits and stupid stuff like that. He's a stupid poopy face. He's a stupid poopy booger face. I don't like him. I'm a PhD. There we go. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. All right, welcome back, boys and girls. Welcome to your Friday night edition of Conversations and confessions. I don't know if that's what we're going to call it, but it is what I started to call it on Instagram. As we get into the show, only thing I ask, guys, is keep the engagement up over 50%. Up, the likes or dislikes, it doesn't matter. It all counts as engagement. Just keep it up. You like it, I love it. You know, as long as you keep the engagement up, we never have to go and hear the intermission song, and it sounds like this. If we don't want to hear that song, let's just keep it going. Keep it going, keep it going. Oh, got my little, what are these things called? They're not pillar candles. Candles for candelabras. You know, they were the last ones from the holiday season. Favorite pine fragrance from Francis Kirk John. Love that candle. So we're burning those tonight. Fragrance of the evening. Tom Ford Tobacco Oud. Oldie but goodie. One of my favorite one night stand fragrances. Yeah, man. This fragrance smells like alcohol and bad decisions. Stories for this one. Stories for this one. So, how are we doing, everybody? Let's get into a little bit of seriousness, some housekeeping. Moderators in the chat room, let people say what they're going to say as long as people are being cool. Do not type in all caps. If you type in all caps, you will get timed out, okay? Typing in all caps is just like a bootleg way of trying to get free attention. And I'm not really down for that. If you want your name in lights, super chat. If you want your name in lights, hit super chat. That's what we do. You know, to be down to something seems a little off about this scene, but we're going to keep it moving. Oh, I forgot. Autofocus is off. I need to turn autofocus back on. So, is that it? There we go. All right. Got to get that clean. Get this squared in. Cool. You said you want to hear the intermission song. Hold on. Something's not quite right. Get the closet track up there. All right, well. Oh, don't knock that over. Down here for me, Neil. All right, well, we'll build it as we fly. We keep it moving. So, how's everybody doing? Let's turn that down a little bit. One thing that I have noticed as these live streams have gone on, the shows have gone on, that whole thing about dying alone, the dying alone thing seems to really, it's really taken on a life of its own. And it's time to kind of get into it. No two ways around it. This is a sensitive subject. There are going to be some upset people. But we got to get into this because as I've heard people, you know, make their response videos, talk about things, it's like, this is a thing that seems to be animating everybody. It's not so much as your average. It's regardless as to how nice of a person feels like they are, how good of a person. Fact of the matter is that marriage is on the decline in this country, and in particular, in the Black community. We're talking about 1 out of 4 Black women can expect to marry in their lifetime. So if that's the case, if 1 out of 4 women will marry in their lifetime, what does that mean to the other 3 out of 4? That means that they will die alone. And by die alone, I mean let's just be honest. What it means is you'll live your life, you'll date, you may have relationships of varying lengths, but nothing lifelong where you grow with the person. They chronicle your life, you chronicle their life. Most won't, for the women who don't have children, you will in effect leave this planet with nothing to show for it. That's cold hard truth. You'll leave this planet with nothing to show for it. I was talking to clients this week, and it's strange because coming from 2-parent households, 2 to 4 children, and these 2-parent households had 2 to 4 children, and of the 4 children, none of them married. None of them had children. One had 3 daughters and a son. But see, the difference is with a man at 50 plus years old, at 60 years old, you can still decide to go marry and start a family. You can't do that as a woman. Sure, there are options about adopting and things like that, but let's be honest. We all know that that's not the same. So what I'm seeing is more than anything else, what's animating women and getting women more upset is the very real reality that so many women were lied to. They were lied to. They bought into this whole notion of, I can go out and live the Sex and the City single life. Let me take that back. I can go out and do everything that a man can do. And then when I decide to, I can just flip the switch and go get married. Flip the switch, go grab a man off the high value tree and start my Cosby life. Well, ladies, that's not true. Next week, I'm going to get into a broadcast about how we got here. But I mentioned on Donovan Sharp's show that a writer for Cosmopolitan magazine wrote a book where she came clean and said the Cosmopolitan magazine for 40 plus years sold women this dream that they could be these Carrie Bradshaw characters, and it just isn't working. Hold on. It's Friday and things seem to be a little off in here. Let's turn on the fan. That's what it was. The fan is not on. That they could be these Carrie Bradshaw characters. And it's not working, ladies. And here's the thing, it's not working in men, and it's not men's fault. That's what we need to get to. It is not the men's fault that this is not turning out the way you ladies thought it was going to turn out. Let's be honest. You were told, many women were told to don't rely on no man, go to school, get a degree, go get a good job, so you don't have to depend on no man. You can take care of yourself. And then if you choose to, if you want to, you can decide at one time to go settle down and have a family. That's not it. That's too much light. That's not it, ladies. It's not working. That's not it, ladies. You know it and I know it. It's not working. It's not working. And I will say this, I know many amazing, professional, Black women who I would love to sit down at a dinner party with, that I would love to sit down and debate with, that I would love to, just on any given day, it would be a great time to be around Helen and Angie, But no way on God's green earth would I want to marry these women. No way on God's green earth would I want to have anything other than casual relations with these women. Because for the most part, they are insufferable. They are insufferable to deal with. Fun people to hang out with, horrible for relationships. Ladies, that's not a man's fault. That's not a man's fault that this Sex and the City thing hasn't turned out for you. How are we supposed to fix that? And the one thing we cannot do is like I said the other day when I talked to a woman. No one can be Thanos or Doctor Strange and flip back and use the time stone and go backwards. We're going to break this conversation down into two segments. Two segments. Segment one, where we start talking about the danger zone. Danger zone. Ages 27 to 35. Ladies, if you're in this area, listen to me and listen good. I don't care if you despise me. Pay attention to this broadcast like your life depended on it, because it very well could. Listen to the phone calls. Listen to the women who call in who may have something to say about how they know they were lied to. I need you to look to the left and to the right of you and realize that you cannot care about this woman over here or this woman over here. This is a time you must be selfish and think about yourself, because, ma'am, if you make it to 40 unmarried, I'm going to talk about something that happened in 1986, a Newsweek magazine. There was an article written called The Marriage Crunch, and it said that if a woman has a better chance of being killed in a terrorist attack than marrying after age 40. Now, of course, this is a pre-9/11 world, and if some of the numbers were off for men, ladies, it's still not that great. 1 in 4 black women will marry. That means 3 out of 4 will die alone. Here's the problem. All of you women seem to think you'll always be that one. And unfortunately, if you've had a child, you put yourself further out of the game. If you are in that 80% that's overweight, or the 80% of that's obese, you put yourself further out. Or if you've done the cardinal of all sins and got your PhD, you got your PhD. This is the worst of all sins, because here's the problem. If you are earning more than most men, it is damn near impossible for you to sit down with a man who's making what the average black man in this country makes, $42,000 a year, and respect him to the level he's going to need to be respected to make their relationship work. And a lot of women that tend to frequent these areas fall into this category, and they feel some kind of way about it. I was telling Donovan the other day, there are a lot of problems that a lot of male content creators make is because you can't empathize and understand that we as men, we can mess up your teens, your 20s, your 30s, even your 40s, and recover in your 50s and still end strong. Women cannot. Women have effectively had their wombs stolen from them to go work for other people, to make other companies and organizations rich. And these organizations knew what they were doing. They knew Cosmopolitan magazine was the Playboy for women. They knew it was selling a woman a lifestyle. They purposely planned it that way. These people knew they were lying to women. They called her Erica. They said, don't put her in New York City, put her in Cleveland and make it seem as though she has this great, wonderful life that's full of this and that and dating and da-da-da. And the only way to make the whole thing work to where they could effectively sell the advertisers' stuff in Cosmopolitan magazine, the tampons, the nail polish, the girls' trips, the pianos, the clothing, all the stuff that needed to be sold to single women. The only way to make this work is they had to do two things. They had to delay marriage, postpone marriage, and then make casual sex okay, right along with reproductive choice. So when you basically, ladies, you effectively lowered the price of entry to your body, decided to try to get out here to be like guys, to compete with the guys, and realized that, when you decide to leave, that you're competing with the 21-year-old version of you at 37. And many women are turning around and looking back and saying, I was lied to. Whether the people, now here's the thing, there were people who knowingly lied. And I'm going to break this down next week. There are people who knowingly lied to an entire country to sell products. There's a knowingly lied to sell products. Knowingly lied to sell products. But nobody's going to go to jail for it. Nobody's going to die for it. These women are in their 70s and 80s now, and they're confessing. But the problem is, this was my mother's generation, my generation, and late millennials. This is where you are, and you find yourself over 35, between 36 and 60. Actually, between 30 and 60. With no marital prospects. No real relationship history. A lifetime spent of pursuing career, fun, independence, and now the very real reality that you don't know how to date. The men that you say you want, you don't know what they want in a woman. And for the ones who do know what they want in a woman, you've made decisions in your life to where you've effectively made it, they don't want you. And now you're getting upset with men because we're talking about it. As if we stop talking about it, it's going to change anything. And the point is, for the women who are under 30, pay attention. You still can make some changes. For the women 27 to 35, you are in the danger zone.
Danger zone!
If you don't make changes, drastic changes, immediate changes, you will creep right on over to no man's land. You'll creep right on over into no man's land, where many of the women that called in the other night on the Single Mothers Deserve High Value Men podcast, where you heard women talk about, I got 1 and 2 children. I actually uploaded one of the calls from one of the women who said, she's got friends. Let's play a part of that call. Part of that call. The woman said she had friends. And many of her friends fall into this category of highly educated, overeducated, but when it comes right down to it, her friends are not all right with their options. They're just not. When they go out with men, they're like, these guys are beneath me. These guys are garbage. These guys are trash. We're talking about average, regular, everyday guys. So what do you do? What do you do? What do you do as a guy? ask for the highest price and they've got no benefit. As a guy who's listening to all this, you say, well, guys are saying we have been trying to tell women for the longest. We've been trying to tell women for the longest that we don't want what you guys are selling. Men have been trying to say this for the longest, ladies, that they don't want what you're selling. But now, ladies, are you listening? Men want cooperation. Men want women who are fit, feminine, and friendly, cooperative, and submissive. If you're 27 to 35, job one needs to be to focus like hell on making sure you get a life raft. Ladies, you're on the Titanic. Okay? I'm going to get out there. I know a lot of women are going to hate this broadcast. They're going to say, you're trying to turn women into desperation. Yes, I am. I'm trying to turn you into a pick-misha. That's right, because pick-mishas get picked. You've hit the iceberg. It's going to sink. There's no way it's not going to sink. The first 3 compartments are full with water. Nothing is going to keep the Titanic from foundering. It's going down. It is up to you to decide whether you live this life with somebody or you live this life by yourself and you go into the cold ground alone. Alone. When I was at home with my mother, we had to go out to the family burial plot and look where everybody's buried. And I'm looking at the women in my family who are buried alone, but I know my mother is going to have a spot next to her husband, like my grandmother and my grandfather and everybody before them. You don't believe me? Go out to where your family's buried and watch all the married couples. And then watch from 1980 on and watch all the women that are buried by their mother freaking self. The Titanic has been hit. It's taking on water. It's going down. And it is time for you in the danger zone.
Danger zone!
To get your life jacket and get your ass to a life raft. You. Don't worry about your friend. Don't worry about this one. You. Blood sport. Because if you worry about her, you both are going to be by yourself. If there is one man and 4 of you, you need to kneecap the other 3 of them to get him. Remember when I said those 2 25-year-olds that called on my show and said, we're nice, we want high-value men. I said, okay, if I threw one high-value man that's looking for a wife in the room with you guys, would you be willing to compete for him? Oh, I couldn't do that. She's my friend. I said, well, good. You're going to die alone. Because Becky would do it. That's where it comes down, ladies. Because if every black man got married today, every marriageable age black man got married, if every black man available, no matter what his age or status, got married, there would still be 2 million of you left. And Brad ain't coming to marry you. Lee ain't coming to marry you. Enrique and Ahmed ain't coming because their women ain't letting their men go. Women outnumber men on the planet. That's how nature intended it to keep the species going. This is blood sport, ladies. My question is this. For all the women whose jaw is getting tight and you're getting mad right now, I got a question for you. What's all for? You went to college. You got your master. You got your BA, your BS.
I'm a PhD.
Your PhD. You got a job and a condo and this and that, and you're flying and this and that. And then when you die, what's the difference? It was like you never were here. It didn't matter. There's no legacy. There's no nothing. 50 years from now, you mean 0. Nothing. Nothing. That's what it means to be human. Life is about relationships. And if you don't have them, well, I got my job and I got my career. Okay, And I'm not talking about the few extraneous people who actually have a legacy of public service or this or that. I'm talking about the rank and file woman today who bought the notion of postponing or delaying marriage, Sex in the City lifestyle, and you could turn around and get married. And I'm sorry, you can't. I will tell you, and the women who can do it are even struggling with the choice. I know beautiful, solid nines. Solid black women who are nines in the face and in the body and in the brain and in the academics and in the income, who are struggling with this because even they have to decide, all right, I got to get off this ride because I cannot keep being single and not having a baby up in here. I got to do it. You know, I wanted the Disney fantasy, but eventually if I don't do this, the window closes and it can't be done. So that means eventually, no matter how cold that water is in the North Atlantic, I am going to have to jump my mother sucking butt in there and swim to the lifeboat, because either I get over here and survive or I die, because ain't your baby. You ladies don't have these conversations this stark with each other because you want hope. After 40, there really is no hope. You've heard woman after woman talk about it. After a certain age, you have to go start having fertility treatments and freeze your eggs and this and that. You can freeze your eggs all you want to. Where's the man? You got the money for egg treatments. But you don't have the man. Well, I don't need a man. I'll just have a baby. Oh, yeah, that's another. Yeah, let's go ahead and create more and more broken families. That's it. So we'd rather talk about freezing eggs and getting fertility treatments versus getting your head right and learning how to cooperate with a man. Is that what we're talking about? Is that what we're really saying in the black community? Did you rather take all that time, effort, and resources you made, everything else, to go ahead and spend tens of thousands of dollars getting injections and freezing eggs, and then what? You gonna carry them? You get one baby out of that. You're not gonna get a family, you get a baby. And you're like a person I know where her mother is an incredible woman. She is an incredibly accomplished woman. She went and had artificial insemination, had a daughter. And I'm like, it's 3 generations of women and no men. Where does this end, ladies? I get it. You were lied to. I get it. Now, some of you are past the age to where you can do anything. You're 27 to 35. Yes, it's time for you to start worrying. It's time for you to start worrying. It's time for you to say, all right, this YouTube stuff and this is good. I need to do what I got to do right now, because if I cross 35, I enter high-risk pregnancy. I enter into an area where I may not be able to come from. Oh, yeah, we are sure not up on the line. Y'all must be kidding me. Oh, y'all got me twisted. Y'all got me screwed up. Oh, no. If y'all don't get my likes up, I don't know who y'all think y'all dealing with. Get the likes up. Please keep my likes up, man. If I have to shut it down, I will. Look, ladies, this is how it is. I didn't make the rules. I didn't do this. It's not my choice. It's not me. It's not me. Let's turn on the scary lights. Ooh. That's the Grim Reaper. S. That's what it looks like. Somebody gonna come knocking on your door and we don't know the time the bell tolls. What are you gonna do? What are you going to do? Are you going to just act like it's not there? I mean, we can't just keep doing this, right? And many women are like, well, I don't know what else to do. I've been doing this my entire life. I don't know what else to do. Well, I'm sorry. That answer will not work long term. That answer won't work long term. Long term, if you don't do something drastically different, you will end up like women that I know in my family. My aunt died alone. Her last relationship that I remember, she died alone 3 years ago. Her last relationship that I remember was around 1977 to 1980. 1977 to 1980. Let's give it 1980. That means from 1980 to 2017, 37 years. Nothing. And I just watched her die. I watched her fall apart, piece by piece. Her physical health deteriorated, mental health deteriorated. She was like a second mother to me, and it was sad to see. I'm not gonna go too much into my personal life, but I've seen women like this die. Die, man, just die. Because, and we're talking to them, the first thing that went was this. The entitlement. I don't want to settle. I don't want this. I don't want that. You know, I've heard women in their 60s with high school diplomas talking about the kind of jobs they should have, the kind of men they should have. They want love. They don't want to settle. And I'm like, love? Talk about women who have not had relationships in decades, still holding on to the fantasy. I said this the other day on Donovan Sharp's show. How many people have read Charles Dickens' Great Expectations? How many people have read Charles Dickens' Great Expectations? These women are like Miss Havisham. Modern women are living like Miss Havisham. And you younger ladies, they're trying to make you a Stella. Whatever got you stuck on stupid like Miss Havisham, you're going to need to either do what you need to do to overcome it, to either live the rest of your life or risk going out in a blaze of glory like Miss Havisham. Because time waits for no one. Now, I know there are women that think this is cruel, this is mean. It's not cruel, it's not mean, it's reality. No one's telling you, ladies, this stuff. They're telling you self-love and self this and self that. They're telling you go back to sleep into the fantasy and rock you to sleep with self-love and keep buying this and keep buying that, because the reality is these people who are selling you self this and self that have marriages. The people in Cosmopolitan, the owner and the writer had a 40-plus year marriage until her husband passed. The owner had a 50-plus year marriage until they both passed. All the self-love gurus got wives and husbands. You got nothing. But in 6 months, 8 couples, 3 engagements for a guy who's not even in the business. So let's open the call line, because I really want to hear, what are you going to do, ladies? Because you want men to pick you based upon your education and your income. And that's not what we value. You $100,000 women want men to pick you based on your job and your income. It's not going to happen. Ladies, it is time you realize that money and education does not make you high value as a woman. Money and education does not make you high value as a woman. Money and education does not make you high value as a woman. Money and education does not make you high value as a woman. Money and education does not make you high value as a woman. These self-love gurus got wives, got husbands. You got nothing. These self-love gurus got wives, got husbands. You got nothing except receipts from their purchases. They got nobody for you. Ladies, listen and listen well. You need to put a price tag on you. You need to put a price tag on you. You need to put a price tag on you. Yes, pick Misha. Lack of being picked Misha, you need to put a price tag on you. And then you need to sit your ass on the lot and put for sale. And depending upon the price tag and the shape of the vehicle, you better get a dancing clown, a dancing monkey, a banjo, a radio, a helicopter, an airplane, whatever you got to do to get yourself sold. Because 1 out of 4 will marry. Don't be the 3. Because when you hit 50 plus years old and you got to go to make your arrangements, you got to say, well, I want this plot. Well, you know, why do I even need to go? Why do I even need to be buried? Oh, Jesus, let's go there. Why do you even need to be buried? Who's going to come visit you? Oh, shit. Who's going to come visit you? No husband, no kids. Who's going to come visit you? How often do you go visit your cousins? Who's going to come visit you? Your dog? You have to go make these arrangements. Well, I might as well. Why bury you? Who gonna even show up? You haven't thought about this. I know it's painful, but just because, and I'm sorry that the world has lied to you, but I'm sorry, prior to 1965, the black community was married at a rate of 80%. That means 8 out of 10 of us had somebody next to us when we died. 8 out of 10 of us had somebody in the hospital when we fell. 8 out of 10 of us had somebody showing up when we got sick. 8 out of 10 of us had that. Now we don't. Ring the alarm and let's start the fire. Whoa, it's time to ring the alarm. You don't get love. You get somebody to die with. Make it sexy. I don't give a shit. You don't get love. You get somebody to die with. And be lucky that you got that. Because if not, you don't need a funeral plot. You need to be cremated. Make some fertilizer. What difference does it make? Seriously, what difference does it make? No one's going to come visit you. You're serving your ego. I guarantee you one thing, the company you work for, that you gave your youth to, that you gave your fertility to, that you gave your womb to, they ain't coming to visit you. They're not going to, they won't care. They'll just say, thank you for the profits. She sure was a good worker. They'll send a card to somebody and they'll keep it moving, fill your job and keep the French toast on going. Women from the South America tend to call in like, I don't understand American women. Well, because those women down there realize that family and relationships and stuff matter. You're married to your job and your dog.
I'm a PhD.
So I get it why women got mad at me when they heard die alone. Because it struck home. Because for the first time, a lot of them had to think about what happens when the panda bears ain't got nothing for you after that. Ain't got nothing for you. Nothing. What you gonna do, ladies? Movie, The Untouchables. The late, great Sean Connery and Kevin Costner. Sean Connery's dying line to Kevin Costner as he laid at 1634 Racine in an apartment shot up by Walter Mitty. He grabbed Kevin Costner, gurgling, looking in his eye, and he spit his last breath at him. What are you prepared to do? And he gave up the ghost. Well, ladies, God damn it. What are you prepared to do? Because this ain't working. You ain't got to like me, but I'd rather you hate me and like your outcomes.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work, si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te la ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Yeah. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Ella es de corazón, yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunes. Lunático.
All right, we are back. Now, remember, there's only one rule coming into the chat room. Women only. Not talking to guys. I'll be nice to you if you're nice to me. And, oh, by the way, let's go ahead and just give a disclaimer. By deciding to come on the show, it's a live broadcast. You're being broadcast as if you guys didn't already know that. So, I'm never going to say it. It's beyond even saying. If you want to be on the show, let's get on the show. Let's see. Who's up here right now? You need to turn your camera on. Let me see. Do I need you to turn your camera on? Not necessarily. Okay, Christina, how are you? Let's get it. Go ahead.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What do you got for me?
So,
First off, how old are you?
I'm 24. I'll turn 25 in 2 months.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, I've been in a relationship. It's going to be 5 years in February. And I'm at this point where, like, I've just started watching material. I'm doing a deep dive. And now I'm thinking about myself, wondering, should I be thinking of getting married by now, or should I at least be thinking, why isn't this happening?
Okay, you've been in a relationship for 5 years?
February will be 5 years.
So since you were 19. You in the military?
No, I met my boyfriend in college.
All right. Well, does he want to marry you?
Well, I hope so.
No, I don't hope shit. I don't hope nothing. I'm asking you a direct question. College? Are you a college graduate?
Yeah. Oh, I'm applying to medical school. So
where's your dad? Where's your dad?
He's in my life.
Okay, so
my parents are both married.
Medical school. So that means you have to be pragmatic, right?
Okay.
You have to be. What kind of medicine?
Well, I want to do sports medicine.
All right. Well, still, look, you're 19. You had a relationship for 5 years. There's no hope. Let me say this to all to black women: stop being in these 5-year relationships. Give a dude 12 months. If you're not going anywhere after 12 months, leave. Man, you're not getting married to this guy.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking in my head. Like, should I be leaving now?
You should have left 3 years ago. You know that though. You should leave and not look back, because if he wanted to marry you, we all know how this works. If you're in college, you've seen your college classmate. I mean, college. You've seen people in school get married in less time.
Yeah.
So that's a really easy question. Now the question is, do you have the strength and courage to leave?
And it's like crazy because I'm happy, right now. Like,
I got to get on to the next. You're 24, ma'am. You're 24. I've answered the question. There's no reason to go debate back and forth on this. No amount of talking is going to make it softer. You're happy and content. That's fine. You'll be doing this until you're 30 years old, and you run the risk of actually ruining yourself for somebody else because you spent 5 years and letting somebody imprint you.
Yeah.
That means the next person has to come along and wait for you to detox from all that.
Sure.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Y'all ladies need to stop with these 5-year relationships. You could have been married by this time. I don't understand. I mean, all right. So we're going to start with disagreements first. Disagreements. If you have a disagreement, you need to raise your hand in the comment section. You got to raise your hand. All right, this guy's name is, okay, I don't know who you are. You got to raise your hand if you have a disagreement. We will go to Raquel. Raquel?
Hi, Kevin.
Okay, let me just say something. I got two guys in the comments in the Zoom meeting. It clearly said women only. It said women only. Go ahead, Raquel.
I actually do not have a disagreement.
I know. I'm just going to you because no one had a disagreement. So go ahead. How old are you?
I'm 33.
All right. What do you got for me? Dude, I said women only, and he's still here. Leave. Go ahead, Raquel.
I actually agree with everything that you have been stating.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. I agree with everything.
Okay. All right. Let me get to somebody who has a question then. So I got to get to questions or disagreements. Andrea. Hey. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. What do you got for me?
So I actually do have a question. I was actually dating a high value man. He was a venture capitalist. He told me within the first 3 months that he didn't want to be married. Making the type of money that he makes, he has options and he wanted to explore his options, but he could change his mind later. And the best thing to do would be to stick around and wait until he figured it out.
Lean forward a little bit.
Sorry.
Lean forward. Lean forward a little bit.
Lean forward?
Yeah. Lean forward a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Let me do that again. So a dude sat there in your face and told you, I don't want to get married because I got options. But what you do is you sit your happy ass around because I might change my mind. And this sounded like a good idea to you. Why?
No. We stopped talking. He told me it was my loss, but I kept it moving. But being that I am in the danger zone, I just I was like, oh goodness, it started me to question.
He was honest.
Okay.
He was honest. He is a venture capitalist. He has money and he didn't want to get married. He was honest. He told you what he needed to tell you. Now, it's your choice to stay or leave. Did you leave?
I left.
What's the problem?
It's no problem. Like I said, I was just making sure. I just wanted confirmation that that was the right decision.
Of course it's the right decision. He wasn't trying to get me. Okay, ladies, if they don't want, I got a video on my channel right now, a woman who has a problem with me apparently, thinking that you're going to change them. Men are not going to change their minds. When we decide to get married, we go looking for a wife. Until then, we're just having sex with you.
But see, Kevin, and you're the first person to tell me that because all the other women were like in my life, you're stupid. You're so stupid. You should have stayed and waited because
let me. But you said all the other who in your life?
Women.
Yeah. There you go. Stop listening to women about us. They don't know shit about us. If they did, they don't have men. A husband, should I say. All right. He told the truth. He was supposed to tell you the truth. He gave you options. I'd have gave you options. I'd have said, hey, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How do I pronounce your first name?
Tashan. I called in a few days ago, actually.
Oh, okay. What's the disagreement?
So I'm an aged care worker here in Australia. I actually look after women who have been married, who are single, all of those sorts of things. I will concede that definitely being a wife and a mother is, in my opinion, a woman's primary purpose in life. But I look after these old spinsters in their 80s. And yes, they're the ones that don't have people come and visit them in the facilities. They're the only ones that don't get visitors over Christmas. But some of them are very content with the lives that they lived.
Oh, okay.
They say, I was active in my church.
Hold on.
Sorry.
So we're doing just okay until you go down the path of saying because an anecdotal portion are okay with it, ma'am. That's normal. There are men who will never marry and have kids and be happy with that too, but that's not the norm. We got to keep it in the general, not the exception. My question is, why do you ladies always tend to do this when it comes to women? Keep it hopeful. I'm asking a question. I'm asking you because you said I live in with spinsters, and you say a lot of them don't. Now, would you say the majority of the women who don't have someone coming are happy?
I would say it's about half.
No, the majority. There has to be more than. Are you? Okay.
It's not the majority, but it would be close to half.
Okay. So, are you actually going to sit here and tell women in the West, live your life unmarried, no children, and when you reach your 80s, you'll be happy? There's a 50-50 shot you'll be happy.
I would encourage women to do everything they can to find someone to spend their life with.
I asked a direct question. I know you want to reframe it, but I've allowed you. But can you answer the question the way I put it? Are you willing to tell women to roll the dice and take a shot that in their 80s they'll be happy as spinsters? 50-50 shot.
I wouldn't take a 50-50 shot. No.
Exactly.
But my experience is that it is a 50-50 shot.
Well, your experience is anecdotal. But if you are a professional, you understand that the facts are out there, the data's out there, and the statistics are out there, the interviews are out there. The science, it's not even science, but this point of view is settled. Women are not happy alone. Especially in the UK, Australia, two places where feminist, womanist, Canada, meccas, but then they have the entire group of 30 plus women who are coming to grips with, all right, what does it mean? So I get that you ladies like to try to leave women optimistic, but in my personal opinion, what you're doing does far more damage than good. Because you're saying that, hey, it's a 50-50 shot. And there are people out here who will act on that. There are people out here who will act on that. Well, she said she works then, and I believe her.
I would say that.
Are you married?
For me, 50-50 shot isn't worth the risk. No, I'm not married.
Exactly. And that's the point. It's not worth the risk and we need more of you ladies to just start being honest and saying that even if there's a percentage chance, what makes women happy are social relationships. That's how we've evolved. And just because some women have gotten to be all right or content with an atypical lifestyle does not change it to make it the norm. But I appreciate you calling in. I think we like to give women the best, don't like to feel like we're hurting women. And I get it, but, Ms. Holt, go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hi, what's your disagreement?
Not necessarily a different disagreement, but like a question.
Okay, how old are you?
28.
Go ahead.
Danger zone! I wasn't here for the beginning of part of it. What is the danger zone? Like what age range is
27 to 35.
Okay. So is there a certain point at which I should just be like, okay, I'm done. Like I give up dating because there's no point in trying?
I can't say that. 27 to 35 is where I say women need to focus like a laser on what they want, because if you want marriage and children, high risk pregnancy starts at age 35. So the numbers become statistically more and more improbable the older a woman gets. What do you want as far as relationship?
I mean,
you want to be married?
Yeah, I don't want to be married. I want to have kids.
How many children would you like to have?
2. I feel like 2 is a good number.
Okay. No, I don't know, ma'am. We're just talking. I don't know. Are you seeing anybody seriously right now?
No.
All right. When was the last time you had a serious relationship?
5 years ago.
So 23. How long was that?
It was 2 years.
Mm-hmm. So 5 years at 28 years old, that's a little bit over 25, not even 25% of y'all, no, 20% of your life you spent single. Now, did you go to college?
Yes, sir.
All right. When I was in college, what I noticed was freshman and sophomore year, it seems like I got a lot of background noise. It seemed like every race of women were out doing their thing. Women coming over from the Middle East, Pakistan, they were footloose. They were drinking and partying and smoking and having sex. But then I saw something curious happen. Junior year, most of the other races of women start looking for boyfriends, fiancés, and husbands. And what I noticed is black women start breaking up with their boyfriends to prepare for when they graduated, so they would be single and wouldn't have any obligations. So they were leaving college unattached, while Becky, Marisol, Mylene, and I knew were leaving college attached on purpose. And then they were doing exactly like what a lot of black women do. Go through their 22 to 29, dating, unmarried, out here, playing the field. You need to turn YouTube off in the background. That's what that is. You got YouTube on in the background?
No.
Okay. All right. So, and then they look up and they've had 5 or 6 years of dating, 5 or 6 years of new sexual partners, and 5 or 6 years of lacking relationship skills to the time where it gets around 30 years old, where they decide they want to get married and they've got nobody in the pipeline, nobody that they're seeing seriously. Meaning, effectively, you're starting from scratch, trying to find someone when you're older, more experienced, and it becomes a circle, a downward spiral. Sound familiar?
I've seen other people go through it, but not myself personally.
Well, what have you been doing the last 5 years?
I don't date.
Why?
I've been very busy, and then I was in a foreign country for 2 years. So my last couple years in college was only.
Okay, hold on. Stop. You're in a foreign country. They had men there.
Yes.
Okay. They had black men there?
Yeah, they were usually military guys.
It doesn't matter. They still existed. See, what you just told me is I was too busy. And I'm sorry, ma'am. I can find women who are as busy or busier than you, another race, who've had just plenty of time for relationship. Let's just be honest. Black women have been told not to prioritize men. So you end up, and what I'm expecting you to tell me is that you're about to go to CERN and doing some groundbreaking neutron research. I'm expecting you to tell me that you are about to come up with a new type of fuel to get us to Pluto, because what you've been doing the last 5 years must be groundbreaking to give up your womb time, please tell me what you're doing. You've discovered the cure for cancer. What revolutionary, groundbreaking, life-changing, human-altering thing have you been working on the last 5 years?
Nothing.
Exactly. And
I
this
was
is
a teacher.
a teacher. And don't disrespect, man, but a teacher is not super busy. I'm making light of it because that's prime time. You have between 18 and 30 before the wall happens. Between 30 and 35 is when the real crunch is happening. If you were already married, you should be trying to get your kids out before high risk pregnancy. But after 35, you go into an area where you've had your eggs since you were an infant. So there's no sense of urgency. For when you say you want to be married with kids, where's the sense of urgency?
I can't make somebody like me, so.
No. See what just happened? See what just happened, audience? The questions are getting uncomfortable, and I'm putting accountability where it belongs. And instead of just saying,
I can openly admit that I haven't
but
dedicated lots of
your
time
first
to dating.
answer, well, you can openly admit it after being pushed. Your first response was not to take accountability, it was to deflect. And that's a problem.
Okay.
So if you want to have the outcome, ma'am, just like you want to get out of college and go to a foreign country, you had to prioritize that and make it happen. If you want a man, you want a husband and children, you're going to have to prioritize that like your hair is on fire. Because if you don't, you've already got 5 years of no progress. It's easier for you to stay doing what you're doing. And that's the unfortunate part. See, all right, let me open this up. Ladies, I don't know why you think taking yourself off the market is a good idea. I'm so busy working. What? Doing what? Connecting your audio. Your audio's not connected. Oh, yeah, I've seen you before. Go ahead. Yeah. Hello.
Hi, Kevin.
How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. It's me again.
Yeah, I got it. What do you got for me?
So I just want to say thanks so much for your content because I work out when I wake up before I go to sleep on a salad only diet. I just want to say thank you so much. I'm all natural. I'm really on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have been dating a high value man for a year now. We've been in a relationship, and he has been talking about marrying me and making me his wife. But I am 27 and he's 60 years.
60?
So
60?
I'm trying to 60, yes.
Okay.
He's really handsome. He takes care of himself. But I'm trying to find out when it would be a good time to call it quits, because he's saying that, he will propose soon. He asked me for my ring size and all that, but I just want to make sure I'm not being naive and wasting my time. Should I start dating?
How long you been with him?
For a year.
For a year?
A year, yes.
What?
Yeah.
60.
Yes.
Okay. There's a video on my channel right now with an attorney who's 5 or 6 years younger than me. And being in my Facebook group in a week, he found his girlfriend, and they're engaged and be married in less than 6 months. It doesn't take it. Look, let me just say for the audience, a man over 45, if he's marriage minded, 6 months or less.
Okay.
A year at 60? This dude is lying.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna move on then.
I mean, I think you already figure. I mean, he's 60. That's already a pretty significant age gap. Even though he may look great, but what's the holdup? I mean, you said what does he do for a living?
He's an executive manager.
Exactly. So, has he been married before?
No.
Any children?
Yes, he has a son.
All right, he's an executive manager, which means he knows how to make decisions.
Yes.
Right? He knows where Zales, Hellsberg's, K Jewelers, or the local shop is, and he didn't need your permission to get your ring size. He could have just went and bought a ring and got it sized.
Okay.
That's just the way to keep the coochie coming, sweetheart.
Okay, well, I will move on.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, let me just tell ladies, I'm not one for bad deals. Don't go make a proclamation to him. Just start dating.
Okay.
Start dating and because you guys live in the same city.
Yes.
Just how often do you guys date?
I see him about every weekend, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, how often does he take you out though?
Every weekend we go out.
Okay, Friday and Saturday or one day?
We go out for breakfast, maybe Saturday morning, go out Friday night.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And he works a lot, so
good. So you need to start going out during the week.
Okay. Do you think I should keep him around or just call
Sure, why not? I got no problem with women rotation dating. What are you going to do? Walk into him and say, hey, I talked to a guy on YouTube and he told me to kick you to the curb. So now I'm leaving. Nah, that's dumb.
Well, thank you.
No, you just go out on Thursday and, don't, here's the thing. At 60, I have a major problem with men that old dating women as young as you without definitive plans. I'm an older man and date younger women, but I don't play with girls. I don't do this shit. Let me move you to the side and get on my soapbox. Men do not play with women when it comes to love, children, and marriage. Anything with a penis that's playing these games are pieces of shit, in my opinion. Because these are 3 areas that women are blind. And an older man playing a marriage game with a younger woman in her prime years is a piece of fucking shit. And if you see my video, sir, I'm talking to your bitch ass.
Thank you, Kevin.
I don't play those games. I think it's disgusting. And guys, come on, man. Y'all know your godfather. I'm with the fellas. But I want you to imagine just for a second that if you chose to have children, that's your daughter. And she brings a 60-year-old person home who's in executive management. He needs to have plans for your daughter. Go ahead.
Hi there.
Hi. First name?
Crystall.
What you got for me?
Well, I just started listening to you and I was just very curious as to what you mean when you say high value men don't care about my career and my education. But my last relationship ended because my ex told me that I wasn't ambitious enough. Okay. So if you don't mind, could you?
Okay. How old was your ex?
He was 30.
What did he do for a living?
He was an HP technician. He fixed very large HP computers. And
let me explain what a high value man is.
That's how I met him.
Let me explain what a high value man is, according to me. High value man is a man who's making 6 figures or more. That's Atlanta dollars. So Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, someplace where the cost of living is about $1 buys your dollar. New York City, California, somewhere there, they need to make whatever the cost of living is. $100,000 or $10,000 a month minimum. Okay, that's on the low side, and you need to be making that money for at least 3, preferably 5 years. A high value man has his workplace is like he is LinkedIn level. You know what he does, so he doesn't just say I'm an entrepreneur. You understand he's a cardiologist. He's a software engineer. You know, things that we honestly know. Other high value men recognize him as their peer or a potential. That means he has high value colleagues. He also has a network of high value men and other people. He's also useful to others and the group. So it's not just money. It goes more than money. And then there are other things that could come into it, make a consideration if you're religious, character issues. But in general, it's more than just about money. And it's damn near impossible for a man to be high value under 30 because the money component. Many guys can earn 6 figures for 5 years in their 20s. So when I say a high value man doesn't care about when I say a high value man doesn't care about your income or your education, does the kind of man I just described, if he's making that kind of money and has a network of high value people, high value men and other people, has a career or is kind of LinkedIn level, has a network, is useful to others and the group, does that kind of man sound like he would need your money for anything?
No, it doesn't.
That's why we don't care about it. Doesn't mean that if you make it, but we don't care. Well, high value men care about primarily, just like most men, is a woman's cooperation. But they tend to have higher standards because they're higher up the food chain. They care about a woman's appearance, fit, feminine, friendly, submissive, cooperative. Then she needs to look a certain way, carry herself a certain way. Be able to be around his colleagues, his higher ups, his clients. Depending upon what kind of man you want or what kind of lifestyle you want, mix, match, and go forward. Does that more clear?
Yes, but I just have one question about the cooperation part.
Okay.
If it makes this a little more clear for you to understand, I am 21 and there was an age difference between us.
Okay.
And I tried to be as cooperative as I could.
Mm-hmm.
He had actually signed me up to do some courses to study computer science, and I knew very little about this.
Hold on. How long were you guys together?
I knew him for about 2 years, and we started dating a year after we became friends, kind of. So we dated for about a year.
At what age did you start dating this person?
I started dating him when I was almost 20. Yeah.
All right. So what I'm hearing is your boyfriend tried to put you into school to put you to work?
Yeah, well, he has his degree, and I
don't give a shit. That's not high value. Nope. It's not high value. That's that 50-50 partnership shit. First of all, the 30-year-old man should be dealing with a 20-year-old woman putting you to school to put you to work.
My question is, does it make me low value that I couldn't do these things that he was asking, like these courses?
Absolutely not.
Much too difficult for me.
Absolutely
at the time.
not. Absolutely not. You're not supposed to be doing the things that we're doing. Absolutely not. You're supposed to be able to be a woman, rest in your. You sound like a perfectly young. You got some bad information, young lady. Hang out and watch the channel. No, you're not supposed to be out here trying to. Oh, there's so many things wrong with this, and I can't really tackle it. No, it does not make you low value. It makes you actually normal. Yeah. Let me make a standalone video for this because I don't have time to tackle this the way I need to, but I'm glad you're away from him.
Thank you. Gosh, it was really, really very taxing for me, really. And it was also my first relationship. So I feel like pretty much everything he said, I would listen to everything he said. And I was very close to losing my confidence and even my femininity, because there were times when he would say things like, why do you speak like that? Or why don't you stand up for yourself more? And it was so funny to me, because it was kind of like he was trying to make me to be more manly. And
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
not what I'm accustomed to.
Send me
So
an
thank you
email.
for clarifying this. Really,
Send me an email.
I needed
Send me an
someone
email. Send me an email to
articulate like you. Someone
listen to me. Send me an email.
Explain this.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Send me an email to info@bykevinsamuels.com, and I will put you in my Facebook group so you can be around a bunch of other women and see how women are supposed to move, and be around men who understand how they're supposed to move around women, or how women want men to move around each other. So send me an email and remark in the subject line this conversation. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
POSs. Jesus H. Christ. Where are these guys coming from? All right, get on the subject. All right. Wow. So we got somebody by the name of Esther. We got Amber. Amber, your audio's not connected. Ashley, I can't see you. All I see is a fan. All I see is a fan and some fingernails. And Esther, I don't see her face. I just see somebody trying to cover up the icon, so that's not good. All right. Here we go. McGreg. Hello. How are you? What do you got for me?
I'm 33, so I'm considered in this danger zone. First and foremost, I want you to know I am very much a supporter. But I just want to know, like, for the few or the small percentage of women who had odds stacked against them, and now we have become in this danger zone, how do we like accelerate our process of potentially getting married?
Well, let's start with a few things. Do you have any children?
I do. That's one of the odds that was stacked against me.
How many do you have?
Just one. She's 13.
All right. Obviously you want to get married. What kind of man were you married to her father?
Oh God, that was a huge odd stacked against me. No, to answer your question, no.
All right. So why do you want to get married?
I feel like I am marriage material. First or secondly, I'm in the military. I'm currently in Korea. So that's another odd that's been stacked against me with this whole being placed in the danger zone, because I've moved around so much.
Why do you want to be married?
I believe in completeness and wholeness. And so for me, that's what marriage means, completeness and wholeness. It's very important for me to put my daughter in a home with a family. So I guess those would be my.
Are you a Christian?
I am.
You need to look at what purpose of marriage is. Do you want to have more children?
Just one.
Okay. So, ma'am, you got a lot going on. And I got to be honest, at 36 with a 13-year-old in the military.
No, I'm 33.
33.
Yes.
33. The 13-year-old weren't married to her father in Korea. And if a man does marry you, he only is going to get one child out of it. Christianity has a different element too, ma'am. To be a helpmeet to a man.
Right.
So everything you said was about you, which was basically, I'm looking for security and some place to raise my daughter, which is fine. But what you didn't say is what a man's going to get, or what help Eve would be to Adam. And this is oftentimes what happens, and far too often, with military women.
Mm-hmm.
Really are not. So you got to slow down and understand what the purpose of a man is and the purpose of a woman is, and how you can be a benefit to a man that would choose to be a stepfather to your daughter. That's which question you got to answer. What can I do to be a benefit to a man that would be a stepfather to my daughter?
Right.
And that's the biggest question you have to answer, because that's what men are asking. Because effectively, you're not looking for a husband, you're looking for a stepfather. And the reality is, your daughter, while you may love her to death, is not an asset to another man.
Yes, I've heard you say that many, many times.
So without being able to answer those questions, how do you effectively put yourself out in front of men to be selected as wife?
So I haven't had any issues like with dating. I've just watched one of your previous videos, and you would go everywhere.
Ma'am, ladies, understand something. Please stop doing this. Dating and marriage are two different things. You have issues with dating as a single mother? Of course you're not, because guys know you're sexually active and will have sex. Sex and dating is not marriage. We put women in two categories: wives and everything else. And dating is everything else. Guys don't date wives. Guys go marry wives.
You have to date first, though, right?
Nope.
I would think. No?
Oh. All right, I've told you.
Well,
no.
That's news to me.
Well, I get it, because you've done things out of order.
Right.
So, you've got it all out of order. And I would ask you, where's your dad at?
Never met him, don't know him.
See? So what you got to do is you got to stop this, because your daughter's going to likely learn and model what you're doing. And see, the unfortunate thing is, single mothers who raise daughters who don't have dads typically don't even understand what a man is for. We're there for resources and sex. And we're more than that. So, you got a lot going on. I mean, I would say that, and until you really kind of get clear on what value you could be to a man who would be a stepfather to your child, you'll be able to date. But dating and marriage are two different things.
I understand that. I'm actually dating, potentially probably going to get married, but
whoa. No. Wait a minute. What do you mean you're dating or potentially probably going to get married? How do you decide whether or not you get married?
Because we talk about it. Well, I don't decide. It's not my It's not my decision, but we always talk about it. It's always in conversation.
Right. How long have you been dating this person?
For a year.
For a year, right. And oh Jesus. Stop having sex and see how long this marriage conversation goes on.
Right. I'm already in that 7 months celibate.
All right. Well, then y'all should already be married.
He's not here. I'm in Korea. He's in the United States. He was here once upon a time.
Let me stop. Yes. Okay, I got to move on, ma'am. This is too much. A long distance relation. How many people think this guy is not having sex? Ma'am.
He is.
Yes, this is unrealistic. And this is nothing. You ladies got to get real. You think a man is actually not having sex?
I never did. I didn't say that. I'm doing this for me. Celibacy is for me. What he's doing.
All right, I got to move. All right. So now you're gonna don't get defiant. I'm just saying.
I'm not.
You're all twisted around, and you think this is a reality. And what you said is, well, we're talking about marriage, ma'am. Let me back it down. You're 33, but it feels like I'm talking to a teenager, not a 33-year-old. And marriage and life is serious. And this is a problem we got in our community. We need to grow up and mature. I got to move on to the next call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wish you the best. Long distance relationships are a waste of time, ladies. They're a waste of time. Unless you're planning to move to the same place in a designated time frame. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What do you have for me?
Okay, I just wanted to know what my options were.
Oh, how old are you?
I'm 33.
Okay, I don't know what your options are. What do you want?
I'm trying to see what my options are as far as like a high value man. I don't have any children. I'm a law student.
Okay. Law student?
Yeah, my third year.
At how old again? 33?
Yes.
Why'd you wait so late to go to school?
Well, I went to undergrad and some things happened. My brother passed away and things of that nature. And I came to a career change late in my life.
All right. And how long you been in school?
In law school, this is my third year. It's my last year.
So you want to get married? Okay. What kind of What state are you in?
I'm in Florida.
Florida. And how much would a first year attorney make?
Well, I plan on moving back to LA where I was living prior.
How much would a first year attorney make?
That's a good question. I would say like at least 75,000.
How much would a third year make?
6 figures or above.
And do you want a man on that who's earning that?
Yes.
And you want a man who's earning that by the time you will be what? 3 years from now, you'll be how old?
3 years from now, I'll be 36.
Okay. And you want to be married. Do you want children?
No, I don't want children.
So a man who's marrying you can't get kids. So you want a high earning man who doesn't want children.
I mean, I prefer not to have children. If he wants children, I'm making compromise, but I personally...
What do you mean you're making compromise? So compromise, give him one?
We can discuss it, but I have a bigger issue than that.
Oh, well, this is pretty damn big. But go ahead.
Oh, I have a bigger issue. So I would say blessed with something that I can't get rid of, if you catch my drift.
Okay.
And I have tried to date people with that same gift.
Uh-huh.
And it's not like working out. Like I try to date people without the gift and with the gift, and it's hard for me to find somebody to be with.
Yeah, it is. See, first thing you said was high value. You need just a person who's willing to deal with that.
But that gift doesn't define who I am as a person.
Excuse me. Okay. It damn sure affects your market credibility though, and it's your sexual marketplace value.
True.
So you want a man who is in the top. Do you care if he's black or not?
No, I don't. I actually just started dating, or I was dating an Italian guy with the same gift who I thought was high value. And
Yeah, but the thing is, so you want a man who's in the top 10% of earners, who does not want children, with a quote unquote ability to deal with your gift. Lean forward a little bit.
Yes.
You want to know what your chances are? Slim to none. Ma'am, you can't put a price tag and ask for what you're asking for. What do the kind of men who are earning the kind of money you want a man earn, what do they want from a woman? They want a woman who's fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, their womb. They want purity. They certainly don't want women that are gifted, tainted. That's not what they want. You got to know that.
I do know that. So I'm just trying to see, how can I get...
You can't have it. Not high value. Why don't you guys understand this? Lamborghinis don't go on donut wheels. They don't go on donut spare tires, okay? If you were working at Walmart, would you be asking for what you're asking for?
I mean, that's my only problem, though. I feel like I'm...
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because if you can't understand what I'm saying, listen, your problem is you don't want kids and you sound really selfish. You don't see your problem, but I'm seeing them. First of all, you're going to law school late and you think, what did I say earlier in the broadcast? Your money and your education don't improve your status. Your status is by men is driven by your beauty, your femininity, your fitness, submissiveness, cooperation, womb, purity. That's all women. Especially for high value men. What you want to do is rewrite the rules.
Not necessarily. I'm just want to find somebody that has the same gift that is, on my level.
Well, on your level, what level would that be, man?
Like I said, I feel like that's my only problem. I can have children.
Level would okay? What level would you be on though? All right, how tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
Dress size?
13, 14. I've been working out though. I'm losing weight. I recognize that. I've listened to your videos.
Probably not hard enough because you actually had the audacity to come here talking about on your level.
My soon-to-be level.
No, you said your level. How much? What's the most you've ever weighed?
200.
No, ma'am. Please don't lie to me. I'm an
No,
image
I'm
consultant.
serious.
200 at 5'10", 13, 14. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You are
But I'm
lying.
tall, so it proportions.
Yeah, ma'am. Let's say the last time you weighed yourself was when the scale said 200.
Yeah.
But that don't mean that's how much you weigh. That's the last time. Okay. All right. And then what is your level? What do you do right now for a living?
I'm in school full time.
Right.
I'm an actor as well, but.
All right.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits.
How much were you earning annually before you went to college?
Before I went to college, probably between 50, 60,000 a year.
Doing what?
Call center, customer service.
Right. A 200-pound gifted woman at a call center. And you talking about getting on your level?
My soon-to-be level when I lose weight and become a lawyer.
I need you ladies to understand something. Ma'am, this is why people think I pay people to do this. You say you watch my show. And you're still talking about when I become a lawyer. So what? You'll be an attorney. Got news for you. It doesn't make you sexy. There are plenty of men who are attorneys out there who, you know how many overweight attorneys I talk to? I'm not trying to be funny, man, but you got a lot of ego.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to find somebody like that has my same gift as well, and I can't even like keep them around.
Take the hint. If I ask the men why they don't want to be with you, if I ask guys what is it like? If I ask the men you've dated, how do they experience you? What is it like being with you, dating you? What do you think they'd say?
That's a good question. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure.
Do you think you're an easy person to get along with?
I mean, I'm a nice person, not necessarily easy to get along. It depends.
Ma'am, why? Okay. And you know the next question. If you had to rank yourself, just your face, 0 to 10, you cannot use 7. What would you rank yourself?
I can't use 7?
No.
Okay. Then I'll go with 6, I guess, if I can't use 7.
A 6. That's cute face. And what would you rank your body?
My body?
Yes, not your future body, your body.
Can I use 7?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
7.
Ain't nowhere in hell a 200-pound woman knows 7.
I'm 5'10". You keep forgetting that part.
I don't give a goddamn. Oh.
Most people think I weigh less than what I do.
Oh, Jesus. You weigh more than a man. And this is how far we've gone. Man, your cute face, but you are out of shape and overweight. And giving yourself a 7? What would a man who's overshape and out of shape and overweight said he was a 7? You ladies are far too generous with these things. You're average for a black woman. And average for a black woman is 80% are overweight. And at 5'10", 200 pounds, what does that make your BMI?
Like a 29 or a 30, I believe. But I feel like I'm like a retired.
I don't care what you feel like, ma'am. It makes you ladies keep acting like how you feel changes something, and then I have to be the mean guy for keep saying no, ma'am, no, ma'am. And you're an educated, intelligent woman becoming an attorney, but listen to how you're talking. You're not dealing with reality. I mean, you're not dealing with reality. I don't know how else to put it.
Well, I'm trying to lose weight.
28.69. So 29 and 30 is considered obese. So a cute woman who's cute in the face, I'll give you that, who's 1 point away from obese, you're wanting a high value man. I don't understand why so many of you ladies think you can get a man based upon your, and you talk about on your projected income. You ain't got no money right now.
By choice.
Oh, shit. To all my critics, This is what men are dealing with. Amber, we're going to stay on a little longer tonight because it's Friday. Go ahead, Amber. Got to unmute yourself, sweetheart.
Okay. Hey.
All right. What's your disagreement?
I actually don't have a disagreement. I actually have a question.
Uh-oh. Got to get to disagreements. Hold on.
Okay.
Your hand is up. Ashley, what's your disagreement? Ashley, unmute yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't have a disagreement either, so I guess she can go first.
Okay. Biannca. See, I need to say something. What you just witnessed was a defense mechanism by many sisters. When they start feeling the truth close in on them, instead of just accepting the truth and dealing with reality, a lot of them go into this queen energy. Whatever, you can't tell me about this. Can you not just tell she was getting more and more sassy in her responses? No matter how I'd said the reality of her situation, it was more like whatever. And women like this think that's cute, sassy, and attractive. It's really it's not. I get it. You're being defensive because you know what I was saying was accurate. And instead of dealing with the reality, you'd rather deflect, but it's not going to get you what you want on your level. Wow. Amazing. Biannca, unmute yourself. Hello. Hi. How old are you? What's so funny? I can't see you, so I need to know who I'm talking to. So what's your disagreement?
The topic that you have.
What's your disagreement? Go ahead.
It's a question, disagreement kind of question. So the question that I have is, okay, first off, I just want to start off by saying that I really love your show. I think it gives really good perspective on relationships.
Okay.
So the question that I have is like, well, first of all, I want to just describe that I'm pretty rare. I am married. And the reason I call myself rare is because, sorry, I'm so nervous right now. But the reason why I call myself rare is because like I started looking for a husband at a very young age. And so like
you need to get it together. Go ahead, Shanita. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Hello? You right here, you're unmuted. Calpit, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. CL, that's you. Hello? This person doesn't recognize she's on the screen. All right, well. To the woman with the glasses sitting on the couch, you're on. Hello. Short hair. Hello. All right, I'm going on to the next one. Not paying attention. Hello, PW, unmute yourself.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What you got for me?
Oh, I don't have a disagreement.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is my first time listening to the show. And I
gotta go ahead and get to it. I mean, I got a show going.
Talking to the women, I'm realizing that there's been a shift in my perspective to it. But my main question would be how, because I know you keep referencing this Facebook group that you have.
Question:
how would you go about getting?
You have to apply. You have to apply and wait to have your application looked over, either rejected or accepted.
Okay, and that's through your the
That's
website.
on Facebook. Yeah. But that's not what we're talking about tonight, though. So I can't do this, people. We gotta stay on task. Amber, go ahead and ask Amber's question. Go ahead.
Hi.
All right, what do you got for me?
Okay. I have a question. I was actually dating what you call a high value man. And that was never really my goal. It just kind of happened. We met. We had been friends for probably about 2 years, and we tried to date before, but he did some kind of crazy things, so I kind of walked away. And so I just want to know, in the course of we were dating.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay, gotta get to the question.
Okay, all right. The question is, I want to know, in the course of that relationship, we actually broke up on New Year's Eve. I wanted to see maybe what I did wrong. I don't like having to ask that kind of question.
Not the topic. We're talking about dying alone and that kind of stuff. That's what we're talking about tonight.
Okay.
Ladies, you got to help me out and stay on task. You see everybody that's in here. Okay? I'm trying to be polite, but you guys, you got to help me out. Brittany, unmute yourself. I can't do that. When I have a topic, I'm talking about my topic. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Good evening. Yes, good evening, Kevin. My question is, I'm amazing. Thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. Go ahead.
All right. My question is, I am seeking to date high value men and a desire to get married, but I've only dated one man before.
Okay.
So my question is, how do I, outside of watching your videos, how do I continue to foster?
How old are you?
I'm 32, so I'm in the danger zone.
You've only dated one man. That means you've dated women?
Yes.
Okay. Are you still bisexual?
I am not. No.
Do you have any children?
I do not know.
Okay, so do you want children?
I do.
How long have you been with men or chosen to be with men?
I'm sorry. The question.
How long have you been with men, or have you chosen to be with men?
The last was 4 years ago.
Okay.
And so I've been celibate now for the past 4 years.
So 4 years ago, you had a relationship with a man?
Correct.
How long was that relationship?
2 years.
And then you've been celibate for 4 years?
Correct.
Why?
Well, my body's not my own, and I would like to worship in the.
Your
no,
body
my body's
is
not my own. Bought at a high cost. So I want to honor and experience a high level of worship and sex inside of marriage.
Okay, I get that. But you're 32.
Correct.
And you haven't had a relationship in years.
Correct.
And you want a high value, and now you're currently dating somebody, or you want to see somebody?
I would like to. So I listened to your last show.
So why do you need a high value? The thing is, why do you need high value?
And I guess that's another question. I would like a high value because I do. Most of the guys that I have come in contact with, they strive for you to be, businesswoman and work. I do desire to be a stay-at-home mom. I want to cater to the home, and I want to help.
Was your
grow.
mother that way?
She is not.
Okay. See, this is one of the problems you ladies have. You have this really chaotic relationship picture.
Mm-hmm.
I like women, I like men. I'm celibate for spiritual reasons. But then I want to turn around and be a stay-at-home housewife with a high-value man. If I threw a bunch of puzzle pieces out and tried to make it all make sense, I'd have a better chance than putting some of this stuff together. Why do you make it? I don't know why you ladies make this so complex. And then when asked, it's outside. You sound like a whole chaos, man. So when you say men want you to do such and so forth, you ain't had a man in 4 years. I'm just saying dating.
Right.
So how can you say what men do or don't?
That's true. That's just off observations from other people's experiences.
Exactly. And relationships have become a theoretical exercise with you ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, it's cost you lots of time.
Right.
When did you take that picture?
Took it in December.
Okay. How tall are you?
I'm 5'1".
Dress size?
I'm a size 4.
Like, ma'am, what city do you live? Not city, but what state do you live in?
I'm Washington, D.C.
All right. Amen. Amen. A normal, average, everyday man is what, I mean, yes, you're an attractive woman, but you ladies all think you deserve high value men. And you're not high value women. I got to be brutally honest. You're not high value women.
Okay.
And that's not an insult. It's no different than me saying 90 to 95% of men are high value. But you all tend to want this.
Right.
I mean, you work right now, right?
Correct.
So why can't you work with a man who's average and y'all just make a life and children and go on like 72% of Americans? But you said you want to be a stay-at-home wife and all these other things, and that's young. That's for young women. That's not for older women. And you're an older woman for marriage. That's a 22-year-old woman's gig, not a 32-year-old woman's gig. Especially with a convoluted sexual history.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does. Thank you. It does.
Yeah, y'all can stop overcomplicating this. Because the more complicated, the more time it takes to figure out. And then you just run out of time.
Right.
All right. All right. Hello, Brittany. Hello.
Yes. Hi. I just wanted to clarify, to avoid dying alone if you're in the danger zone, what's the time frame of dating someone?
Okay. Hi. How old are you?
Oh, 32.
Go ahead.
Oh, yes. So I just wanted to know, to avoid your caption of dying alone, what would you say your time frame is for women in the danger zone while dating someone? How long should you wait for
Do you want to be married?
progress? Yes.
Then you shouldn't be dating any man that's not marriage minded. Not one date.
If they say they are marriage minded,
Okay.
how long?
And then you need to ask them, in what time frame would you like to be married? Hi,
Okay.
your name is B. My name is Kevin. Hey, let's go out to Ruth Chris. Great. You want to get married? Okay. You like to be married in what kind of time frame? Oh, well, sometime in the future. Then don't go out. See, men who are marriage minded have no problem telling you. I wouldn't mind if I find the right woman 6 months, a year. You ladies got to start asking these questions. Especially over 30, because you can't afford to waste months, much less years.
Okay. And if they do say 2 to 3 years, should you wait around for that or no?
I don't know. I don't know the man. In general, ma'am, I can't tell you. See, you're asking me for specifics and I'm giving you guidelines. I don't know. Do you have 2 to 3 years to wait on a guy?
Well, according to you, no.
No, I'm asking you. How old are you?
I'm 32.
So do you have 2 or 3 years to wait to get married before you start trying to have babies?
No.
So it's not according to me. It's according to your biological clock. You don't have time. And I'm going to ask you another question. What is a man going to find out in year 3 that he couldn't find out in month 6?
Nothing.
Exactly. Eventually, we have to take a risk. Let me say this to someone else. A lot of you ladies out there are postponing marriage because you are afraid to make a mistake. You wanted to be sure. You can only get so much information. You are going to have to decide to take a risk. It's a risk. But if you wait until the clock runs out, you will sink with the Titanic. Especially if you're over 30. Don't have all that time to waste. Appreciate it. All right, we're gonna get on through here. I don't see you, Mel. Your audio's not connected. Oh, that's wrong.
Hi.
What's your disagreement?
My disagreement would probably be marriage-minded men, especially Black men. I have dated outside my race several times, and
First off, how old are you before we get started?
I'm 23.
Go ahead.
So anytime I dated outside my race, the men were always talking about marriage or getting into a marriage. But then when it came to Black men, they just never mentioned it.
No. The Black man you chose.
Yeah, particularly.
Don't put this
I don't
off
know.
on. No. You're not gonna come in here. You're not gonna come in here with this black. The Black man you chose.
Yeah, basically. I don't know where to find high value Black men, obviously.
Oh, I mean, why do you need high value? So all the white men, the non-Black men you dated were high value?
Not everyone, but I have dated like 2 or 3 that were high value.
So why do you need Black men to be high value when the other guys weren't?
Not all the Black guys I dated were high value either.
I
I'm
didn't
just
say.
saying.
I'm just saying.
Date
Why
anyone.
at 23? Why do you need a high value man? Is the question.
Because obviously I don't want to be in the danger zone and dying alone.
No. Back it up. Check that attitude. I'm 23. You're 23. I'm 51. Don't obviously me. I'm not your peer, young lady. What do you ladies get off talking to a grown damn man like I'm a kid? Get off my phone. Next Wednesday, we're going to talk about far too many of you Black young women under 25 with your sassy attitude and your toxic mentality. You young ladies like this one right here are the problems. You can't find any decent Black men. This little trollop came and got on my phone like I'm her age. I hope your father knocked the furniture out your mouth the next time he see you talking to a grown damn man that way. I don't get it, man. Well, obviously, you're 23. Can you guys imagine Asian, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, or even Caucasian 23-year-olds talking to a 50-year-old man of the same race that they don't know in such a disrespectful way when they had not been met with disrespect? You can unmute yourself. Love. You seem like you have something. Unmute yourself.
Are you a Christian? Are you a pastor?
First off, you don't jump into a conversation spitting out questions. Do you want to talk to me, or do I just need to mute you?
I apologize. I just want to say,
No.
It doesn't matter if someone.
Let me go ahead and help you out too. I don't deal with ignorance. Yeah, ignorance. You're ignorant. That was ignorant. I gave you a chance to reset, and you kept on talking as if I didn't say anything. That was rude and ignorant. And gentlemen, this is what you have to start doing with these women. Do not give them the honor of your presence. You cannot decide how an adult acts. You damn sure can't control how a woman acts, but you can remove her from your presence. Get out of my chat room, lady. Talk all that BS you talking. She just running her mouth. She just doing this. Just talking. Attitude. And we wonder why I say we need therapy. Far too much anger for somebody you don't even know. The ladies, y'all see her? Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Y'all see this right here? Ashley, you see that right there? That right there. You see that? She just running her mouth. They see you. I'm gonna let everybody come in and see you. Just look at her. See, Amber, you see that right there? You see that? She just talking. She actually think I can hear it. Mimi, you see that? Mimi, there it is right there. Alicia, y'all see her? Alicia, she right above you. She just, now she getting real twisted. She turned up now. She don't realize that it's on mute. And she just talking. Pissed. Talking to nobody. Just talking to nobody. And now the neck is going too. Wow. Just go girl. You got it. You gonna tell me. She gonna get me told. There it is. That's it. She just, and then quack. She just talking. And look at her getting more animated. See, all it takes to trigger ignorant women like this is tell them about themselves. Tell them about themselves and hold up a mirror. And it's just like pulling a cap on just watch them spin. She just so everybody. And the women are laughing at her. They are cracking up. They're like, damn, sis, you making that. And she just, oh man, go on back. Come on back. Come back. Come back, Nikki. Come back. Your dollar little prince wanna grind. Yeah. Ignorance. Far too angry for no reason. All right. Jay, let's see if we can do it.
Hello.
Better. Hi, how are you?
Hi, my name is Jamila, age 23.
Hi, what can I do for you?
I wanted to ask you about, I'm going to call it a philosophy, because you have a philosophy.
Do you have a disagreement? Do you have a disagreement?
I have a question and maybe also.
Okay, go ahead.
Depending on how the conversation shall go. So, I wanted to ask, I don't know if you have any.
Okay, your microphone is doing something crazy. I don't know what just happened.
I'm sorry. I wanted to ask if you have any children or any daughters, what would your advice be? For example, earlier on, there was this young lady who asked about, she was 24 and she was doing a medical degree or something like that. And she's dated somebody for 5 years. And you asked her whether she wanted to marry the guy that she was dating, or whether the person that she was dating.
Yeah, I got it. What's the question?
My question is, what is in your ideal world, since you generalize a lot of the things, in your ideal world or in a general manner, how would you want things to go? How do you think things would best go? For example, you start university at the age, I don't know, 16, 17.
Okay. There is no general. It depends on what the outcomes you want. Everybody wants different outcomes. If you want to be married and having children, you should start doing this sooner than later. Don't postpone marriage. If you know you want to be married, don't postpone it, because we see what that has done, especially in the Black community. If you don't want marriage, then go to university. But if you do know you want marriage, you start looking for what kind of husband you want, what kind of family you want, what kind of lifestyle you want, and act accordingly. You have to be deliberate, just like going to university. You don't just go picking classes and hope that a degree happens. You need to involve more than just, and it needs to be far more than just romantic love. This needs to be a practical decision, where oftentimes you involve others outside of yourself, because many times you're too young. And especially when feelings start getting involved, you get blind. This is why I asked her about her father, where her family was. There's no way she should be dating somebody for 5 years. And her family allowed this to go on without somebody saying, you need to leave this. So in her situation, family should have stepped in and said something long before it got to 5 years, if she wants to be married. But outside of that, there really is no ideal. But I got to get on to the next group because that's really not a disagreement. See, guys, what tonight's broadcast has kind of shown, Alicia has kind of shown is this subject really. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Don't talk about my broadcast voice, Kevin.
Yeah, what you got for me?
Well, I want to say to you, you know, I mean, what you already know, you are absolutely right. And I say that at 55 years old. I don't look it. I look about 35. But at 55, after 16 years of marriage, and I got married at 33, I stopped dating him. We dated for 6 years. Okay, because I realized I need to hurry up and do this. So at 33, we got married. He was 27. I was 33. We were married for 16 years and we got divorced. Now, we've been divorced for about 5 years now. And at 55, I'm saying to myself, and he's still 6 years younger than me, I'm saying to myself, okay, I need to stop with this because I don't know. I don't know what
You're dating a guy who's 6 years younger than you now?
No. My ex-husband is
Okay,
he's still 6 years younger than me.
Okay.
I consider him a medium to high value man.
All right.
He's visiting our first grandchild right now with our youngest son, who's 15, and our oldest is 21. In other words, I'm realizing what I hear you telling these ladies right now. Okay, we were together, but I want to do it all over again. I want to remarry this man that I had.
Yeah.
Because
go for it.
I'm realizing, like, no matter how much I disagree with the things and whatever, I need to get serious. I don't want to die alone.
No. 16 years? Yes. How many times do I tell people if you don't go back and make up with your husband? Yes, please do. Does he know you want to get back married again?
I just sent him a text message.
Invite us, let me know when it happens. Go back to your husband and spend next Christmas together. Get out of it. Thank you for being honest. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it because we need to hear more women saying, you know what? Going back with what I had ain't perfect, but ain't nothing perfect. And you can, thank you. Appreciate it.
But one other thing I want to say about it is the hurt of, being cheated on and not,
all that.
All that stuff. Like, I've developed a tougher skin. In other words, nobody's perfect. I cheated after he cheated on me. And so I kind of,
Yep. Yeah,
I'm hopeful.
You can laugh about it moving forward. Look, I'm getting on to the next person, but I have a client.
Kevin.
I have a client that actually, he and his wife, they got divorced. And after the marriage was terrible, they got a divorce. And an economic situation happened to where the day after the divorce was final and he was supposed to move out of the house, he had to stay in the marital home. So he's on this side, she was on this side. Because they couldn't split. Over the next month, 2 months, they lived better in separate parts of the house together than they ever did. These people have been together for the last 30 years, unmarried. Better than they were married. In their minds, they will tell you, it was just a dissolution of that piece of paper that, look, between a man and a woman, there's always going to be a unique situation. You're going to have to every man and woman's going to have to sit down, hammer out an imperfect agreement and wander, walk, wobble, hobble, hop, crawl, drag yourself off into whatever is version of the sunset. But you're dragging yourself off there together. For the people who don't understand what she's ultimately saying, she said, he was older, she's older, she was younger. They got grandkids and this and that, and they done built lives together. get out of here. Stop trying to this single shit dying alone ain't it, man. It ain't it. It ain't it. All right, we're gonna have to have part 2 to that. Ashley, somebody's hand went up. Did you have a question or did you have a disagreement? Let me lower these hands. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower all these hands, and I'm going to see who has a disagreement. I'm going to admit everybody back in and see who has a disagreement. If you have a disagreement, raise your hand. Look, and while they're doing that, I'm gonna say this. Look, I understand that these things are not easy to talk about. And many times people would rather be focused on the messenger. That's why that woman was sitting there, blah, blah, blah. You don't get anywhere over here trying to use shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Ad hominem, trying to attack the messenger. Over here, we're past that. Ain't nobody perfect and nobody ultimately qualified to talk about none of this. Anybody that you could put up and say qualified, I could find some people that say they're unqualified. The bottom line is, ladies, your life, your choice. To the left, to the right, to the left. Are you going to end up with your life with somebody? Or are you going to end up choosing that I don't want to do that? Either way, it's a choice. But the question is, if you're not going to be with somebody, are you going to go through the rest of life happy? And that's the point. So far too many women go through life unhappy and visiting that misery on other people. Ashley, what happened to her? She just went away. Well, Ashley, where's she at on the board? There she is. Unmute yourself.
Okay, hello.
So what's the disagreement?
Okay, so basically it's like a agreement and kind of like a disagreement. So I'm 25 obviously. But so basically it's like I'm not gonna say I always have attracted high value men, but I guess it's maybe like how I carry myself. I've dated not really like high value men as far as like
get to the question. We gotta get to it.
Okay, so like athletes and stuff like that. But the thing is, it's like I can pull high value men, but the thing is I can't keep them. I think that's my issue. So relating to the topic, will, modern women die alone? I'm still young. I don't have any kids. I'm single.
Oh, you are you?
Yeah, I just don't want to die alone. So that's...
You are you? You're 25. You're young for what? You're young for life, but you're getting old for marriage.
Yeah, I know.
So, I mean, you say high value men, you can pull them, meaning you can date them?
Yeah, like I guess they just approach me,
But okay, but I gotta ask you, what about the regular guys, the guys that are like the software engineers or the accountants?
They don't want to date me. Like I've tried to date. I don't care about if they have value or not. I don't mind dating whoever.
What do you mean they don't want to date you?
When they like go on dates with me, it's just like they don't want to, I guess, continue dating me for some reason.
Okay, why do you think that is?
I have no idea. I don't. Maybe it's how.
Hold on. What I'm listening to, the guys you say are high value don't want to continue, and these guys don't want to continue.
Yeah.
When's the last time you had a relationship?
Like a year ago.
How long did it last?
3 years.
From 21 to 24?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't y'all get married?
Like I said, he was an athlete and it was like a lot of traveling. I also lived with my parents.
Why didn't you? I don't understand. 3 years, athlete.
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing. They still got, that doesn't prohibit marriage.
I don't think I was ready at the time. I was still young. Okay. I kind of did it, for my family. I didn't want to like rush into anything. I didn't really know a lot about relationships. That was like my second relationship. So I didn't want to rush into anything.
Were you raised with mom and dad in the household?
No, my aunt and my uncle raised me.
Okay. All right. Why do you want to get married?
Because I don't want to die alone. I feel like I'm ready now.
That's fine. But why do you see? If you have if you have an inability to keep men around, whether they're what you call high value or others, you need to slow down and ask yourself this question: what's going on? Okay. But
Yes.
wanting to be married because you don't want to die alone, that doesn't mean that the man is going to get what he wants. You ladies need to get much more curious about men and far less self-interested in what you want. Sounds like you have a problem giving men that you choose to date what they want. That's why they tend to leave.
Okay, I've heard that before.
Well, then fix it. Stop being selfish.
Okay, I don't know.
That's it. I mean, stop being selfish. The reason a lot of you ladies are selfish because you think too highly of yourself. That's what I'm a queen, I'm a diva, I'm a this, I'm a that. Just make you think, blow your head up. Humility. Humility. I don't know who this person is. All right. Unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hi. First name?
Candice.
What do you got for me? What's the disagreement?
Okay, so it's I'm not sure if I'm disagreeing yet. I wanted to ask you what.
Oh, y'all gotta give me these disagreements. You can't just keep doing this. All right. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Ania. Ania, Ania. Unmute yourself. All right. Well, she's not unmuting herself, so we're going to go ahead and. Hello? Hello? Going once.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Good.
Hello,
How do I
can you hear
pronounce your
me?
first? Yes. How do I pronounce your first name?
Hello,
Hello. How do I pronounce your first name?
Ania.
What's your disagreement?
Ania.
What is your disagreement?
Yes, I disagree. Yes, I disagree.
You need to turn off YouTube in the background. That's why you're having. Turn off YouTube in the background. Please. Just make sure you're on Zoom. I'll give you 15 seconds. Yeah, people tend not to turn off YouTube and then it starts back on looping and things like that. So go ahead, Ania. What's the issue? Well, this was insightful. I think this was an insightful evening because Ania, you're not saying anything, so she got to go away. So here's the thing, ladies. At the end of the day, if you can't keep the relationship with the guy, you can't give a man what he wants. Mel, your audio is not connected. That's why you can't get on. If you can't give a man what he wants, they're going to leave. No one's going to just stay because no one wants to just waste their time. And I said it at the beginning. Everybody goes, when people go to college, freshman and sophomore year, everybody's having party and fun. The non-black women, junior and senior year, they get serious about finding a man. Seems to be a lot of black women when they break up with their boyfriends because they don't want any attachments by the time they graduate. So they can go into that after college lives playing the field. That's a horrible idea because it goes back into multiple dates, multiple partners, and all these things. If you know you want to be married, stop postponing it. But where are you at right now? The danger zone. First off, this is why I say therapy is so important. Slowing down to speed up. If you know you've had a problematic history with men, you need to go actually get an assessment done. See what's going on with you. Self-awareness is missing from far too many of us. Self-awareness. gratitude, humility, empathy. Because if you want to be with a man, you're going to have to be able to give men what they want. 9 out of 10, everybody wants high value men. When danger zone, you should just be happy to start getting a productive, competitive, successful man. And then no man's land, just a man, period. And realize you're not settling for them. They're settling for you. We're going to need a wholesale mind shift on how far too many modern women are looking at relationships, because your standards are up here and you think that men should deal with you just because your education and your income. It does not make you high value. Your education and your income does not make you high value. Unmute yourself, Ania. Your education and your income doesn't make you high value. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. What's the disagreement?
Yes, my disagreement is on with you with the gender ratio.
Disagree with Cricket Wireless. You need better internet. All right. There were some calls in here that actually need to be broken out, but for the most part, ladies, it's deadly honest. Regardless if you like my delivery or don't like my delivery, like the woman who called and said she was married, she's going back to her. She wants to get back with her ex. What is your plan? If you are not seriously seeing someone who has said they want to be with you for the rest of your life, what do you think is just going to happen? We got to get serious and focused, because like I said, to the right, to the left of you, the Titanic has hit the iceberg. It's taking on water. It's sinking. It's going to founder. Put your life jacket on, and the younger you are, the more time you have. But some of y'all are on the rail and need to jump into the icy North Atlantic and swim to a boat. If you wait for the Titanic to sink before you decide to jump in the water, you're going to be sucked down with the suction of the ship. Go watch that movie and watch how many people miscalculated and hit that water. Ladies, you don't have time like men do. It's not, and no one can change that. I can't, you should have gone for the head. I can't Thanos snap it back. You got to get it together, ladies. You got to get it together and know what it is you want and why you want it. Good broadcast. I'm actually doing an impromptu stream this weekend. Don't be surprised if you see it happen. Because there's some things we need to talk about. Especially some of you young, angry women. Young, angry Black women. I don't understand why some of you young women under 25 or 24, facts, statistics, colorism, this and that, and da-da-da, ask them about who you've dated or whatever. Nothing. It's all theory. This is where we tend to lose a lot of women right at this point. Have had a bad I heard somebody talk about they went out with two guys, two Black men, and all of a sudden now all of them are terrible? Come on, man. All right. Well, anyway, till next time. Peace. We are gone. Give me my song. Where's my song? There it is. They give me my song. Where's my little thingy? Can we get it? There it is. All right, it doesn't work this way. Oh, I see. Let's do it this way. I'm a PhD. Thank you, Janice.
Kevin,
Hi.
I'm so excited to talk to you.
Yeah, go get my sandwich for me. I'll be back.
You're a very good-looking man, definitely high value.
Thank you. Janice, get my sandwich ready. A little chilly in here. Turn up the fire.
Guess I'm addicted to the good life.
see what's going on. Need some of the super chats. I'm a PhD. He's a PhD. She's a PhD. We are PhDs. Shout out to the confident, intelligent, and assertive men tomorrow. Suit Saturday. Don't forget about it. Suit Saturday. Suit Saturday. Don't forget about it. Oh, I got an announcement coming up Monday. The prize, the catch, announcements coming up Monday. Applications for being the prize or the catch coming up Monday. If you want to be one of the featured couples, applications coming up Monday. Also, some other announcements coming up. I got internships in the pipeline, scholarships in the pipeline. Making it happen, Captain. That's right. Actual internships for college students coming up this summer. And scholarships. More details on that. I am going to make it hard on the competition. Become the change you want to see. Couples, individuals, scholarships, internships, business being done. Put it on the wood. Don't ask me. Show me. Hashtag show your work. Make it hard on your detractors. Make it hard on your haters. They can hate you. Make them hate your progress. Till next time, we are gone.